Hello, it's great to be with you, and I don't think anybody is going to complain, especially about the weather. I'm Derek Ray, and my commentary partner here on the gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham player, Stuart Robson. And what we have coming up for you is our continuing coverage of the Champions Finals. Stuart, what are you expecting to see?
Well, it won't be easy, Derek, but they need a win here. They just weren't at their best in the last match. I think we're going to see a much improved display today.
Diaby. Richarlison. Diaby. Back with Richarlison. Goretzka. Is it going to be? The save was a good one. Who can he pick out? Still not clear. Goretzka. This is the lineup for the home team. Kevin Trapp starts in goal.
What a great opportunity.
Going for the dink. Oh, it was there for him to take the chance. Ball won by Couch. Good vision from Couch. And he's found a bit of daylight. A truly magnificent start. An early goal in the game. Just what they were hoping to produce. Well, the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be?
God, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body. Shots at your brain. We come from poverty, man. We ain't have a thing. It's a lot of animosity, but they won't say my name. Them killers walk with me, little nigga, don't get banged. Cause they up to that job for me while I hop on the plane. She don't like her body, left the doctor with a new shape. Blowing up my phone cause she just seen me with my new babe. Heartbreaker ladies love me like I'm Cool J. She was trying to cling on to a nigga, but it's too late. Booked the flight to Cali, racks and condoms in my suitcase. And every single dollar in these bands got a blue face. Diamonds in the rollie, they in HD like it's Blu-ray. The way that I've been ballin' should make the cover a 2K. So I for the summer, I might pull up in a new Ray. Listen on the game, that's gonna only get your crew chase. And we house it down, better tighten up your shoelace. Look, bro, get up close and let the Glock 22. We pop out at your party, I'm with the gang. And it's gonna be a robbery, so tuck your chain. I'm a killer, girl, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body, shots at your brain. We come from poverty, man, we ain't have a thing. There's a lot of animosity, but they won't say my name. Don't kill us, walk with me, little nigga, don't get banged. Cause they'll do that job for me while I hop on the plane.
Call the police and they let me put a stain. Flame, you will never put it back. Don't be a bunch of killers that go crazy for the game. If I showed you all my charges, you won't look at me the same. Made some choices in my life I wish I never had to make. Lost my brother, seen him dying, I just seen him graduate. Got that 40 on my side, but I'm just rolling past the stakes. But my hand can do the job, and I ain't talking mass make. I was in the United States, cause I had a bag to make. I risked my life, but it's alright, cause God, he let me pass away. Fuck tomorrow, spin the block, just know he coming back today. I call Polo, he come Dolo, we get him the fast way.
Hop out at your party, I'm with the gang. And it's gonna be a robbery, so tuck your chain. I'm a killer, girl, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body, shots at your brain. We come from poverty, man, we ain't have a thing. There's a lot of animosity, but they won't say my name. Them killers watch me, little nigga, don't get banged. Cause they'll do that job for me while I hop on the plane.
And Benzema! They just couldn't stay in front. And now this match is all square. And level again here. This has been quite the roller coaster ride. He's in behind. And there is the goal to make it a hat-trick. Excellence in finishing, there for all to see. Well, the action underway once more, and no shortage of entertainment. 3-2. Diaby. Perfect tackle. Making progress.
So much gonna read.
Ah, what the fuck?
You're gonna drink that, seals in my strips, then they drink back. Got me touching on my louder ass go. It's a chip back, he ain't a bad boy, he needs to sit back. Cause rare or rich back. That was me and my flick name. Go there or pitch black. Go there or pitch black. Go there or pitch black. Got me wearing trap star, it's a secret. Got my strap in a car for these idiots. I spoke to my nana and she said I'm a genius. Believe yourself, believe Jesus. At least for my dad though, they still got me mad bro. My little sis confused where my dad go. 100 bags, where is that yo? My name's Bando. I'll make that off a trap phone. Probably even more with my cash yo. Got me feeling flying like a helicopter. Set forever rupture. Suck your mama never years never prosper. I need to win an Oscar. They need to see a doctor. I'm seeing so much money I can't buy a proper. Twin battle shotgun, we shot some. They rapping about burners, but what burners? They ain't got none. My nigga caught an aeroplane and still got funds. We had the GP on deck with a Glock man. Talking about ready's bringing ready's out. Bow it is ready now. BBC News is on telly now. If it jams up, I'll get back and it's ready now. Shut down any town, anyhow. Bands and back for good, road tour, man, I'm back and better. I told Boris, see up, you better back your better. And if you're on the other side, you better back your brother. Don't cut me and chat whenever big Beretta. I take me in. Bands. They're RIPs and freeze, you know how the team said, man. Marky. Still through the murder team, 3 heads, 3 boogie. You know my trappers and bricks. Big bads, 3 T1, 3 the R, 3 Bill. I told God stop guy in jail. They asked how's the music, I said it's going well. I told God I'm guy in heaven, I ain't guy in hell. Go again if I go on floor, do it for the O as well. Stand on my block, I should be up in the booth though. Me plus gang, 2 reps in the studio, LV bags in the boot, best to keep me the boot closed. And fuck them other guys, might rob them like who knows. Early morning in the cemetery, just me, Uncle Spence with a bit of Henny. I'm forever storage and I'm forever ready. They caught my pots and we lost Maggie, both my legs turned. Generals for my mixtape, I'm like, here we go. I spoke the truth and the truth, you better hear me bro. I'm in this 4x4 with no girls, you know. I'm still a kid from the farm with no fairs on go. I'm in the trenches with hot fries, my killers drop guys. And you ain't never seen a Taurus or Glock 9. No, you're the Glock 9. They're trying to stop crime. I'm trying to make 100 M's, I still got time. Yo, I'm trying to make 100 M's if in no time. It's so mad, that was 4 back in 05. I was young, always chilling with the old guys. And we don't shoot, man, once you can hold 5. Step with a Glock or a J2. Crew and get paid to. All day the guys doing bait moves. I drink any, not Grey Goose. Long nose in my man bag.
Today's video, we're going to go through all the method custom tactics. We're going to go through each tactic individually. I'm going to show you the tactics and instructions as usual. So we do have a 4-2-3-1. This is from yesterday's video. This is an ultra defensive. This will be the formation you start the game with, or to close out the game. Then we have the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, which would be another balanced formation. This would be a narrow approach because the 4-2-3-1 is basically like a 4-4-1-1. So you're basically playing bank of 4 midfielders, 1-1 as a centre forward and striker. This has 2 strikers on a cam, a bit more attacking, more narrow and centralised. Then we have the 4-2-2-2, which is an alternative variation of the 4-1-2-1, the second variation, but just a wider approach. So we keep the 2 strikers as opposed to the 4-2-1, which is a bit more defensive. 2 strikers, and we have a bit more pressure to it. And then we have a formation basically for losing or we need to get back inside the game. We have a formation to come back in the game if we are losing 1 or 2-0. That's the idea is. So the idea is I'm going to keep, so with D-pad tactics, as you can see on the screen, you can change the D-pad tactics like so inside the game, and you can change between them. So let's start the 4-2-3-1. The exact same tactics as yesterday. There might be some small changes to tactics. So it's important you understand why I've changed these, so you can also change them to your playstyle. I left fast forward and play on. Now, although this is the tactics to close out the game, inside the game, just pause the game and literally just change this to,
Well,
let's say you're winning 1-0.
Team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game.
What's going on, boys? Nogrants here. Welcome back to another video. And today's video, I'm going to go with the 4-2-3-1, the most meta formation in FIFA 23 and in FIFA history. I'm going to show you custom tactics and instructions that are very specific to help you get a couple more extra wins in the weekend league or in rivals. I've been testing and altering this formation, and this is the reason why the pros flock to this formation every single year, because one of the few formations we can actually attack in a 5-striker formation. You have 3 cams, and you have a striker and 1 CDM during the attack. But not only do you have that attack superiority, you also have the defensive stability. It's very compact. No other formation is this defensive with 2 CDMs, 3 cams, and a backline of 4 with your 2 CDMs there to stop counterattacks. As I said before, this is being tested by a pilot group, and this will work for all levels regardless of your skill level. So let's get it started. As I said, the reason why it's so effective is you have these 4 players, these 4 strikers, and you have 1 CDM during the attack. Equally, when you're defending, you have 2 CDMs sitting, and unlike the 4-4-2 where you got a massive gap, this cam, or centre forward is the way we're going to play this formation, acts as that filler. And it's the only formation that can do that, and that's why every single year it's the most stable formation throughout the entire game. Now we're going to go through the tactics and instructions. The important here is skip ahead because the tactics I'm going to give you are very, very specific. In my opinion, there's 2 you can use. I would recommend balance because a team, they keep their shape, but they still press. So you can still press with the ball, AI press a little bit, but it's not over-pressing. You can use pressure on heavy touch if you find this to be a bit too passive, but I'll recommend balance. Now, for the actual width, what we've done is we've used 37. Now this is important. Maybe not now, but after, in future patches, future iterations, you're going to see everyone's going to be playing more compact. So I'm preparing for that in the future. Now, 37 makes it compact enough where you defend in the back 4 and the back 2, but also the wings are not too exposed. You want to cover the central areas, that's what everyone is doing. There's those fake shots, the Trivellas, all those meta skill moves down the middle. Now the depth you've increased this to 60. We can get away with it, especially because of the 4-2-3-1, and I said the main thing is these 2 CDMs. When you lose the ball, they're going to be there and ready to defend as counter-attacks. So don't worry about it, it's not too high, especially how depth works this year, it's not too much of an issue. Then we're going to go with build-up play. Something that's debatable and why it took me so long to make this is that I've gone with fast build-up play. The game right now is a bit too slow. Yes, they fixed less dribbling, but the game just takes too long to move the ball going forward. I'm sure you know this, especially how slow the game is. These players, they just take way too long to get forward.
Bij elkaar geslaapt, nog steeds te wat er ligt. Sinds ik het schoongemaakt heb, uiteindelijk net na de winter. Ten hoogste, hè? Wat een hindernis.
1 miljard en dan begin weer al. Begin al grote boel op te strummen.
Daar hebben die bomen nodig voor hier voor de zuurstof.
Ze moeten afgezaagd worden.
Het zijn heel grote bomen. Heel grote.
Afzagen, alles afzagen. 100 miljard met die felle, vieze teringbomen. Afzagen die handel.
Ja, dat is krankzinnig. Dat, dat noem ik moord.
Ze moeten weg. En ze moeten weg, die bomen.
Ja, dan 20 keer.
Ja, ik weet het, dus ik blijf dan zeggen.
In het verleden was hier nog ooit sprake van vriendschap. Dat klopt, ja. En toen heb ik altijd het platdak schoongemaakt als ik aan de zijkant naar huis aan het werk was. Ik wil alleen discussiëren met Marijan. Gehoord? Nee, ja. Ik ben altijd zeker 11 jaar niet op het dak geweest. Ik ben er ook voor bedreigd dat ik niet op het dak mocht komen. En dan heb je het over Christian. Ik heb het over die persoon. Je weet heel goed over wie of het heeft. Ik wil niks met die man te maken hebben. Nee. Ik gun het hem niet dat ik hem aanspreek zoals hij heet. In het verleden was hier nog op.
Sam, woke up. Sam, woke up. Sam, woke up. Woke up. Woke up, man. Woke up. Sam. Sam, woke up. Head him up. That'll do, steady. Woke up. Hello. How you doing?
Final 20 minutes.
That'll do, Sam.
This kid is so high level for 17 years old. So many things I love about this kid. I love how he just doesn't lay there in the guard. He's always active. He's always busy. He's always going for the finish. For a guy who doesn't have this type of experience yet in such a big stage at such a young age, the strength factor between a 25-year-old man and a 17-year-old kid, you didn't see it in this fight at all. I can't wait to see what this kid looks like at 22. Get over here.
Raul Rosas Jr., welcome to the UFC.
Yeah, we can offers Erling's father to come to cook for us, yeah? If everybody... See, if this is the secret for the Erling goals, I'm going to convince Haldun to bring him here. But...
Stylish, big t-shirt, black, no, what's it? Black top, big t-shirt, Billy. So my...
And 1 minute of stoppage time has been added on.
Welk team zou het
The visitors come out on top, Stuart.
Well, Derek, they were the better team all over the pitch. We saw good individual performances, saw an attack was always threatening, and they played really well. What a performance that was today.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the?
So what we're saying with fast ball play is get the ball quickly and go up. So that's why we've got high depth. You want to win the ball up high up the pitch, and then you want all the players to join the attack quickly so we can counter the opponent and win the ball back. But also, if you win the ball back in the defensive phase, play quick look, because they're tiny enough, I would recommend using forward runs or direct passing. Don't use possession, use either one of these two. My best advice is use balance. The reason for this is the game is actually smart, you think, especially this year with attacking AI. The game will know when to make a run in behind in the final third and when to make a run coming closer towards you. The game will understand that. The game is smart, you think, so let the game decide. And don't forget, the build-up play is only the first 2/3 of the pitch. In the game, use a combination of all of these together, and that is why you want to leave on balance, okay? Now the width. You can also use forward runs, by the way, if you find this to be a still pitch formation, wingers. The key thing is the butterfly wings. You want to do that 1-2 from your right attacking mid to your right back, as you can see here on the screen, to push the ball in behind. That is how you want to use the formation to get it behind. So that is why we have the width of 55. It's not too wide, but it's not too narrow. The idea is you want these players to be able to run either internally in the middle or to run the outside as a defender. You can see in this example, so the game decides which way to run. Now the players in the box, we put this on 6. The reason why is we have our cams, we can get into the box across. I'm going to show you the black buttons. One, because I normally shoot my free kicks at my corners, most of my passing if they try to do some sort of power shot or something like that. The biggest thing is this formation plays like a 4-4-2 because we have the cam on stay forward. Just remember that. So this is going to play like so this is a hybrid between a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-4-2, the best of all worlds. Now, for the striker, what we have him in is stay forward and get it behind. Don't stay central, because when you win the ball back on fast ball play, you want basically your striker to go in either direction. You want a fast player, someone that's quick and back on the ball, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. You'll see the pro players like the R9s. You can use Ronaldo, or you can use someone else on the cheap. Now behind him, you actually want a cam. Now this is important. You want here a second striker. Think of this like Bergkamp. You want someone that can push the ball going forward. You need pace here. Someone like Neymar. If you have, for example, Mbappe and striker, have someone like Neymar behind him. You can go with a KDB here, but you want someone like Jota, a second striker, someone that's very, very quick with the ball, that's got pretty decent passing. So someone like Ronaldo or someone like Pele up front, and you can have someone like Neymar, Pele, Cruyff, someone in behind him. Now, you put him on stay forward and get into the box for a cross. This is only from wing position, so this is saying to the game, stay forward and get into the box for a cross. This is only from wing position, so this is saying to the game, when you have the ball down the wing, these players are going to get inside the box. So when you have the ball over here, you want to pass those balls in, that cam is going to run inside the box, so you can do that easy square. If you do want to get better at FIFA 23, I do have a FIFA School series, but just before you skip ahead, what if I told you you don't get better after 1 month? I'll refund your money. I can think of others to find this video, a comic game with examples and explanations that go beyond the scope of YouTube videos. With new videos coming out every single week, these videos also adjust to recent updates and patches so you can stay up to date. So come join thousands of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better. Patreon with hunt to get better after 1 month. The Lamb and the Ram. Now, as I sports slash, guys. But anyway, back to the video. Now we go over to the Lamb and the Ram. Now, as I said, because both these players on stay forward, you play like a 4-4-1-1 when you win the ball back. Now for the Lamb, we let them on balance, okay? Balance and get into the box for cross. That is basically it. So again, it's the exact same situation as the camp. If you get the ball down the wing, there's 2 strikers. And all 4 of those players are going to go into the box and create a 4v4. That is what you want to create in regards to that. So it's very, very important to leave that on. Now, this is where things get complicated. In my opinion, I would just say just leave this. People are experimenting with this, but it's going to affect your play quite bad. Just leave it on balance, leave them on stay position, they play as wingers, don't forget, you don't need drift wide, you can always use off the sidelines, and free roam is pointless, so leave them on default. Now this is where it gets really complicated, because it will depend solely on how good you are at this game. This is important. I would say, for one of them, at the very least, cut passing lanes, cover centre, and stay back on attack, okay? Now, you can use this for both. I recommend, even if you're an elite player right now, you copy these exact instructions, okay? What I'd recommend is triggering these players manually yourself using the L1 button. If you're really struggling with this formation, what you can do is leave one of these players balanced or get forward. But again, I would not recommend this because even if it might help you in a game or two, it's going to cost you in the long run. Just because how the driven pass meta is, you need to create a 2v2 with 2 strikers, especially the 4-1-2-1-2. If you want for the centre backs, you leave them on default, don't touch them there. For the goalkeeper now, do not leave them in any of these in my opinion. I think with this, you get in trouble because someone goes for sweat, you can see, okay? Fortunately with crosses, I'll be honest, just don't do it because sometimes the ball will come in, the goalkeeper can go and get it. So balance the game is smart enough to know it. One thing I do see is sweeper keeper, it's not worth it because everyone, and I guarantee if not now, you will see the meta will change. Driven pass to the striker. If you do a sweeper keeper, he will come out, he will get chipped 9 out of 10 times. Better off bringing the goalkeeper out yourself manually, don't let the game do it for you. Now, the left back and right back, arguably the most important players in this position. Stay back, conservative, and overlap from both. Now, why? Now, the reason for this is a combination of 2 things. Number 1, overlap just means that if they do go forward, they run the outside. Because if Nuno Mendes makes a run, you don't want him to go on the inside and push Jota out wide. You want Nuno Mendes to make a run on the outside to push Jota inside. And that is what I meant by the get into the box for cross.
Viendo que estoy delirando y no me quieres animar. Talento te sobra, me tienes como serpiente cobra bailando pa' ti. Gotta control, much as it's a voodoo. जरा भी तमीज नहीं हर ताले की चाबी है मेरे पास बदले मेरी गाड़ी में कीज नहीं जब हिलती कुछ भी ना बचता है कहने को ओ ओ कभी यहाँ दिखती कभी वहाँ दिखती जैसे जुड़वा बहने तो बॉडी जब हिले हिले सैटिस्फैक्शन मुझे मिले मिले क्यों सर पे चढ़ गई है तू करे कंट्रोल
Guys do a fake news. I drink Henny, not Grey Goose. Long nose in my man bag, I'll pop out and blaze
of the Champions Finals. Stuart, how do you see this one going?
Well, Derek, their win last time out counts for nothing today. They need to be at their best to get 3 points in this one.
A look at the starting lineup for Lions. Edouard Mendy starts in goal. Aymeric Laporte plays alongside Thiago Silva in central defence. And the striker today is Vladimir Smolary. Unable to get himself back onside here.
He was always going to be offside. That was the wrong option.
This is how the visitors will set up today.
Listen, I'm back on my strip and the patch just landed. Got to be cooler than man. Cause I'm tantrums, any bios on a random. Don't come too hot, I'm a sheep on random. Fucking it ain't no love in the industry. The man's in the streets of my gang. Party with hops, will pull up and brag them. Can't get this no ransom. The X10 airball blood. The next game pump, look like a platinum. Touching a platinum, man of a party. I had the big the whole shit right up like a ladder. Put in the bags right under the car and we track them. She won't leave in a snap. She wanna fuck with a man. This bed depots keys for the man. Bro, sleeping in pants for C2M. We don't know that's that. The kids gone spiral. Must we bust couple mad things. Prosecutions on a sad thing. No cover action. Spend with hard all day, no captain. I got limits with hard, I'll crack it. Smack you with the 3-2s and I rack them. Anyone can take tantrum. What's happening? That is in-house, them size, everyone's rapping. Tabs are rubber, beans on this crack, they grappling. They can't touch us, plastic. The machine's off stage, we made a wax with. When it's past 9, we there's black pigs. Late night should have been in the street, but I hate ops too, they're distracting. But the main girls got from Toronto tacting. FaceTime, please, now my homegirl's acting. First class, she loves shopping. Taxi West team got a week and lashes. It's a shame, can't we love cheap and mashes. So you gotta keep me attracted. Tables turn this beef, man. You can't leave my sandwich.
Wilting under the pressure, and now they try to go forward. That really would have changed the equation had it gone in, Stuart.
Well, he needed to score there. That may just have given them some hope.
And the pass very accurate enough. And a throw in there. Kieran Tierney. Joshua Kimmich. Creative look about this. Oh, he's given us away.
the shepherd, they said that truth said with their mind is dread with their life instead. I don't know about the hands I grind instead. Rock it up, man's all blind. I smoke my clients did get what my dog, you don't know violence is spread. It's silent when I'm watching and thinking like that's intense. Look, ops can't fuck with a tongue. Boss has been, we made the tridents come. Well, I've got time, it's a 9-8 thing. I rap, but I still might provide that gun. Shotgun, 2 cases, 2 operations done. Pistol, we stick on girls, can't hide, cause cases get from the location. Never cool, it's still you said you let, still banging off lead, do everything's red. But you got money, no cool, of course we attempt. Spend 2,000 on the bridge, stop running, I hate dumb juice on a fence. No cautions, crash flashing with intent. I'm vexed, up when you're back your bench. It's cool like a fascist press. You ain't never been live in a team with a live in a team. Don't use a rap and treat. Represent dumb, I'm about to see 1 3 day event. If the fusion takes a serious offense, I'm about my bro, we never vent out. She next on the bench, I act up till it was sense. Check the friends in this immense. Yeah, my cross like back your bench. Rough this kind of country, we attended the dropout, feed them revenge. Boom, side by side with a G-Log, 3.10, quick go again. My retro clean on skins, stand for the brown and pen. Pen size, it's got 10 and a whole heap of jobs, but them. It's my turn, little baby. My baby, no pictures, that's a baby. Babylon hate me, but I won't rate me. Living life, I can crack him in the 80s. I'm about to and dead, I'm dead. On road got bread, maybe you're just lazy. Got the plug got stained by a kid, that's my young talk. She could be facey. Like you said, truth, dead, still banging off lead, do everything's red. But you got money, no cool, of course we attempt. Spend 2,000 on the bridge, stop running, I hate dumb juice on the fence. No cautions, crash flashing with intent. I'm vexed, and we're doing back your bench. It's cool like a fascist spreads. Listen, ops can't fuck with a tug. Boss that's been, we made a tridents come. When life was time, it's a 9-8 thing. I rap, but I still might provide that gun. Listen, ops can't fuck with a tug. Boss that's been, we made the tridents come. Whoosh, whoosh, pack and run. Boss that's been, we made the tridents come.
Wasn't on the beat. My young is harder, so they ain't playing no games. We really wanna dare, you got it up close range. Fucked up in your head, you wanna see some more brains.
On that corner, I can stay about that dope game.
My cousin got invited, dealing cocaine. She an Instagram addict, she want more fame. I used to starve, now I'm blowing up like propane.
Told my innocence, I promise you I won't change. Make it hot up on your block, we let that heat blow. Catch up, we dump the clip, it's time to reload. Put a scope on the AI just like a peephole. He a bully, we got choppers for the depot. 7-figure nigga tryna maximize some 3-0. Before the bag, I was fucking all the free codes. Ballin' high, young legend out the shop, bitch, I'm like D-Rose. Cap how you make it out this shit, I got the cheat code. Way more than life than just the hood, I'm trying to reach goals. Maxine my heart since you been gone, I miss your sweet soul. Hey, never tell a statement, we won't leave those. Better not go talking to them people, better keep close.
My young is harder, so they ain't playing no games. We really wanna dare, you got it up close range.
He fucked up in the head, he wanna see some more brains. On that corner, I can stay about that cocaine.
My cousin got invited, dealing cocaine. She on Instagram addict, she
want more fame. I used to starve, now I'm blowing up like propane. Told my inner self, I promise you I won't change. We hold a grudge.